Saint Bartholomew. St Bartholomew is mentioned in the Gospels in the lists of the Apostles in Matthew, Mark and Luke, but is not mentioned in St John's Gospel. But we do have in St John's Gospel a rather substantial reference to Nathaniel, and we hear about his call and what the Lord said to him. So it is now thought that Bartholomew was in fact Nathaniel, and Bartholomew was his surname. So what we have here is Nathaniel, Bartholomew. Bar means son of in the Hebrew, so it is in effect Nathaniel, son of Ptolemy. So this is a homily on the feast of Saint Bartholomew from Saint John Chrysostom, an extract from his homily on the first letter to the Corinthians. The weakness of God is stronger than men. It was through the agency of uneducated men that the cross brought conviction and drew the whole world to itself, not by their preaching on matters of no importance, but by their discourses on God and on the true religion, on the way of life which accords with the gospel, and on the judgment to come. It turned peasants and unlettered men into philosophers. See how the folly of God is wiser than men, and his weakness stronger. How is it stronger? In that it overran the whole world and gripped all men, and although countless people were trying to obliterate the name of the crucified, the contrary happened. It flowered and grew larger, but they perished and withered, and the living who were fighting against him, who had died, did not prevail. And so, when the Greek says that I am foolish, then he shows himself foolish beyond measure. He reckons me a fool, but I am clearly wiser than the wise. When he calls weak, then he shows himself weaker. What tax collectors and fishermen had strength to achieve by the grace of God, that neither kings nor orators nor philosophers, not in word, and the whole world searching in all directions, could even imagine. Reflecting upon this, Paul said, the weakness of God is stronger than all men. It is clear from this too, that the gospel is divine. For whence did it strike 12 unlettered men to attempt such a great enterprise? Men who were living in marshes or rivers, in desert places, who had never perhaps gone into a city or a public square. Whence did it strike them to array themselves against the whole world? They were cowardly and unmanly. He who has written about them shows, inasmuch as he does not even depreciate nor try to gloss over their failings. This in itself is a powerful proof of the truth. What then does this man say about them? That after the innumerable miracles they had seen Christ work, when he was taken prisoner, some fled, while the one who remained, though he was head over the rest, denied him. Here were men who failed to stand up to the Jews when Christ was alive. Yet when he died and was buried, they arrayed themselves against the whole world. How came this, if, as you say, Christ had not risen again from the dead? Conversed with them and put heart into them. Would they not have said to themselves, what is this? He had not strength to save himself. Would he protect us? He did not defend himself when he was alive. Will he reach out his hand to us now that he is dead? When he was alive, he did not conquer the whole nation, not a single nation. Shall we convince the whole world by speaking in his name? Would it not have been folly even to conceive of such things, let alone to do them? Hence it is clear that if they had not seen him risen and received his mighty proof of his power, they would never have risked such a gamble. There, St. John Chrysostom.